We're going to do an introduction to a type of guitar playing that has a long and rich history going back potentially hundreds of years. When guitar first came to the United States from Spain, it kind of morphed together with banjo traditions from Africa. And in those traditions, you use your fingers a lot. You don't really use your pick. So we're going to do an introduction to a couple of techniques within fingerstyle that has its roots going way back. This type of music was popularized by Merle Travis, but and other musicians of that generation, but it goes back even further to ex-slaves, potentially, with musicians like Arnold Schultz, and then further down the line with Elizabeth Cotten and Kennedy Jones and all them. You should look up these people. That is a whole discussion that's way beyond the scope of this video. But I want to make it clear that this is not a tradition that started with country musicians in the middle of the 20th century or early 20th century. It goes back way farther. So we're going to start with just the thumb. And this is going to seem maybe like something that's not a big deal, but you want to have a really good independent thumb when you're doing this, because you're going to use the other fingers as well. So here's your challenge. You have to take the thumb and go back and forth between the low E string and the D string. And you're just gonna, you can plant your fingers if you want. There's a lot of African guitar styles where all three fingers are planted. That's totally fine. Whatever's comfortable for you. But you're gonna take your thumb and go back and forth like this. Do it without looking, okay? Just get a nice steady tempo. This is going to set you up for later exercises where you're incorporating the other fingers, and especially when you start to do the left hand and you're fretting the notes. Notice how when I am doing this pattern, I'm able to just talk to you. It should be really automatic when you're doing it. There's a second pattern you want to be familiar with, which is the A string, the D string, then the low E, and then the D. So A, D, E, D. And same thing. You want to just go back and forth between these strings like it's nothing. You can have a whole conversation about this. I can talk all day doing this. So if you can't hold a conversation while doing this, you need to work at it more, because as soon as you incorporate all the other elements, it's going to be a nightmare, okay? So start with this thumb exercise, and then in later videos we'll add to this, okay? Good luck.